Hi, today we're going to get 6 insights from Spirit through the tarot on how we can best harness the energy of this full moon of April 23rd, 2024. Pink moon this time. Pink moon is associated with this pink wildflower, apparently. And Native American tribes see this full moon, this particular full moon in Scorpio, as a time for planting, a time for renewal and growth. And overall, it's a time of transformation, of emotional intensity. So we want to see how to best harness the energies of this time. And the music recommendation is aptly named Full Moon in Scorpio. Just came across it a couple days ago by a singer, Wendy Rule. And it's a haunting melody. It's worth checking out. I will include a link to that. And the book I recommend, even if you're not a writer, I got this because I'm a writer and was in a workshop, Writing the Shadow by Joanna Penn. She's tremendous. She has all kinds of books, fiction, nonfiction. One of her books is about her pilgrimage to the Camino de Santiago. What's helpful about this book and how it relates to the full moon is that it's talking about the shadow. And often the shadow is that part of us that we hide, that we don't want to look at. And that's one of the themes of a full moon reading in Scorpio. And this book in particular has excellent exercises. Even if you're not a writer, it's almost like getting therapy in a book. So I recommend that book strongly if you want to do some shadow work. So let's jump in. I'll lower the camera just so you can see me laying out the cards. I'm going to lay out 6 cards for this full moon reading. And I think I may have neglected to say, thanks for joining me at Heart Driven Tarot. I'm Laura. So we'll do card number 1. And card number 1 is, what feelings have you avoided that you need to recognize during this full moon? And we have the 4 of Swords. And I'm using today a different deck based on the Rider-Waite. This is the Gilden Tarot Royale. I chose this because I bought this deck about a year ago in Colorado, in Denver, when I was visiting a friend. And it's just very beautiful. And I've never used it for reading, so I thought I'd do so today. So what emotional or what feelings have you been avoiding that you need to recognize? And this is the King of Swords. And when upright, the King of Swords is an authoritative figure. He is the master of communications, of getting to the point, having an authoritative voice in the realm of communication. And given that this is in the position of what feelings have you avoided, I feel that it's suggesting that perhaps you have not recognized your own communication abilities. Maybe there's an area of your life, whether it's relationships, in the workplace, or in your whatever your calling is, in some area of your life, you have been perhaps avoiding the impulse that you may have to express your authority as a communicator in the communication realm. And so I would say during this full moon, contemplate how you may turn things around and make yourself known. There's some area of your life I feel that you've been avoiding stepping up to the plate and commanding perhaps the respect you deserve, but communicating that. So that's the King of Swords reversed. Now the next card is the position of what gifts. You've been through some pain. We all experience pain, but during the past 6 months, what gifts have you gotten from certain painful situations? And here we have the Page of Coins or Pentacles, Page of Pentacles reversed. And we see here this young man, it looks like, well, in some kind of on the edge perhaps of a castle, but he looks like he's in the middle of a beautiful forest. There's all this greenery, and he's got that pentacle in his arms holding it, and he's gazing straight ahead. And this was reversed, however. Now the pages refer to young energy. Often they're associated with being a messenger. And so what pain or what gift has the pain that you've experienced in whatever realm given you? And I would suggest, or I would intuitively, I'm feeling that it's suggesting that this pain has given you an opportunity to look anew at some area of your life, particularly in the financial or physical realm, and that has made you aware that you need to, and you have the opportunity to, start fresh. Maybe it's a fresh project, maybe there's something that didn't go well, but now you have the opportunity to start anew, that youthful energy, youthful vibe, and that this is the message coming through during this time of the full moon, that you have that opportunity to look, to turn within, and you will be, it'll come clear to you. Now, the next card represents how to express your emotions in a healthier way. Now, this is the 10 of Cups is typically one of the happiest cards, you could say happiest, quote unquote, in the tarot deck. We've got this rainbow, cups, 10 cups in a rainbow. Everything looks harmonious. We see two individuals. They're out in this beautiful environment. Sorry about that flash or that glare. And what it suggests to me how to express your emotions in a healthier way is to, and the 10s are the ultimate way, they're the ultimate, like the last step or the last way of doing something. To me, it suggests that to communicate your emotions in a healthier way is to allow yourself to fully communicate whatever they are. Because if we squash things down, and I know I am super guilty of this, the minute especially I start feeling angry or upset, especially in relationships or with, whether it's friends, family, intimate relationships, etc., I squash it down. And it's not healthy to do that. Now, you don't want to lash out at anyone, but during this full moon period of time of renewal, transformation, etc., to express your emotions in a healthier way, I believe Spirit is advising you and us to give full rein to your emotions in a tactful, diplomatic way, but allow yourself to fully express, because we've got all the 10 cups there. Now, the next card is the position of what intense emotions are coming up during this full moon. And we've got the Fool reversed. Now, the Fool went upright. The Fool is the first card number 0 in the Major Arcana, in the tarot deck. And of course, the Major Arcana are our archetypal energies. They have special weight, special heavier influence in a reading. And we see here in this particular rendition, this Fool is juggling a whole bunch of, I don't know what these are, symbols of all kinds. I think it might be Hebrew symbols, I'm not sure. And it looks like he's just juggling, and he's got this very interesting, colorful costume. We've got that white dog, that little white dog that we typically see in the Fool card at his heels. And given that this was reversed, I selected reverse, and we're asking what intense emotions are coming up, is that perhaps you feel deep inside you, the Fool is associated with taking risks, etc. You may feel that you're teetering on the edge of something perhaps exciting, but also maybe dangerous, and these intense feelings. Maybe you're planning to make a new move, a major change, a major decision in your life, and it's embarking in a completely new direction. This suggests, the Fool reverse suggests to me that it's bringing up, stirring up, triggering a lot of intense emotions. So think about that during this full moon period over the next few days. And I would say that applies to myself. In fact, just this whole stage of life, different stages of life. And I just found out that my financial advisor, one of my investment advisor, just died, and that made me, and he's a year younger than I am, and that made me realize, oh my goodness, have to make the most of every stage of life, especially when you're in the latter stages of life. So that intense emotion has been coming up for me. Now, what do you need to release to experience deep transformation? We have here the 8 of Cups reversed. Boy, well, we do have one upright, but we've got a lot of reversals, meaning a lot of internal work. We've got the 8 of Cups reversed in terms of what you need to release to transform deeply. And in this particular cup, in fact, oh, there's a full moon. How interesting. Again, this is the first time I'm using this deck in a video reading. We see this man gazing at the moon, a full moon. He's got the 8 cups. Well, a couple of cups are spilled, which is interesting. That's not typical in the original Rider-Waite. Looking off into the distance. Typically, this card is associated with feeling a little bit incomplete and that you're on a quest to fill that void. So what you need to release to transform deeply is perhaps maybe you have explored enough, or maybe you need to turn within and realize that you have enough, and to be able to transform deeply is to be, sometimes it's almost like an oxymoron. You need to be satisfied with where you are to be able to make a major change, rather than resisting and fighting against who you are. Relax and acknowledge and accept, and that way you can make a deep transformation. I know that message has come up in some group coaching program I'm in, is that you have to feel satisfied and happy with where you are right now to be able to move forward in a particular direction. Sometimes it can seem like an oxymoron. And then the final message for this full moon reading is, how can you best deepen your intuition? The moon is associated with intuition, what's hidden, and intuition is being able to harness your intuition. It is a truly important skill. We need to operate with our mind and our heart. And so how can you deepen your intuition? The 9 of Cups. That's interesting. This is almost like relating to the previous card, 8 of Cups reversed. The 9 of Cups is often called the wish card, the fulfillment card in the tarot deck. We see here this happy, jolly looking man. He's raising his cup as if in a toast. He's surrounded by cups. Cups, of course, are feelings and emotions. And let's see, how many cups do we get here? We got 3 cups. So half of this reading was cups. So that's interesting because we're talking about emotional intensity. And he's raised his cup. He's very happy. And so to deepen your intuition, this makes sense, is that you need to tap into, or you are advised to tap into, the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Because as you do so, when you're feeling satisfied, feeling happy, you are opening yourself. That's what's coming to my mind. You're opening, you're expanding. And when you expand, you can thereby let information, let intuitive impulses in. If you're into fear mode, and this is definitely true, anytime you get scared and fear, and that it contracts you, and then you really can't hear your own inner wisdom, your inner guidance. So the final card in this full moon reading in Scorpio, to deepen your intuition, feel, acknowledge you're happy, acknowledge what is going right, feel, tap into what is going well in your life. I hope this reading has been helpful for you. If you've not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And if you like the video, please hit the like button as well. That helps. And until next time, remember, illumine your mind, inspire your life with tarot.